spouse life. Here's how I took that question. You're a parent and you're married. So how do you balance the two with the kids, right? So the scripture in all its glory says a man shall leave and cleave to his wife, not the kids. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no balancing, bruh. You just need to go ahead and get with your wife, and the kids can get in where they fit in. Hello there, I'm James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
And we're Elevate Marriages. So we are here to answer some of the questions that we've gotten. Kind of accumulated a few to talk about some different topics. So we're going to dive in.
Short and sweet.
Yeah, before we do that, just want to ask you to share, turn on your notifications so you get this video alert when it comes out. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you use, your social media platforms, because we are here to give you the marriage knowledge. So we're going to answer these questions. I'll try to put them at the bottom of the screen so you can actually see what they are, and then we'll respond to them to the best of our knowledge as what our experience brings to the marriage street. So we are marriage mentors, don't profess to be anything beyond that, but we are experienced 20 years in August, and we want to be able to give you what God's given us and, kind of help you in your relationship if we can do that.
And as he said, of course, we're going to answer these questions, be short and sweet, not probably as long as we normally are on each question, that is. But as he said, we are marriage mentors. So if we can help mentor your marriage in any way, other than through what you experience in our videos, please reach out to us at
theleads@elevatemarriages.com.
I'm gonna remember that. I really am. Not this video, maybe not the next.
Or hit us in a DM. You can do that as well. Also.
Yes, we'll be more than happy to help.
So, first question we got. Ooh, that's a touchy one. I want to ask that. I'll kind of skip.
Why? Go for it.
Okay. So, first question: should you have separate bank accounts?
No.
Why?
Done. Next question. I'm just kidding. But I always feel like, and I know people come into it with different budgeting or financial experiences or what have you, from whether that's childhood or previous relationships or whatever. But if I'm going to trust you with my mind, my body, my children, you see?
You know what I'm saying?
My mind, my body, and my children, my home, all of them, my cars, whatever the case may be, I should be able to trust you with the bank account. I should be able to trust you with the security codes. And I just feel that way, We need to get to a place where we really are on the same team. I can't, do it all and not tell you about the secret to the hook shot. I'm really going to stay away from the sports analogies. Don't worry about that. I'm going to let that
All good. So yes, we are on the same page with that. She is welcome to all 37 cents in the bank that we have. We'll split that thing, and shoot, ain't no telling what we might be able to do.
37 whole cent.
Absolutely.
37.
And for the same reason that she mentioned, it's a trust thing. If you're not doing it, we're not knocking you. We're just telling you from our experience.
Just try to get there.
Just try to get there.
Maybe not today or tomorrow, but hey, make it a goal.
What you hiding?
And ask yourself too, before we get to the next question, why don't we have the same bank account? Really answer and evaluate.
Who out there buying shoes and the lights ain't on? You know what I'm saying?
Why they have to be buying shoes?
I just, or purses or whatever. Oh, I'm just throwing examples.
Shoes, as in tennis shoes, because some of these guys have, just as much.
They probably ain't no
tennis
guys
shoe.
though, for real.
Really?
Yeah, probably not.
Evaluate.
All right.
Next question.
Question number 2. How do you balance parent/spouse life? Here's how I took that question. You're a parent and you're married. So how do you balance the two with the kids, right? So the scripture in all its glory says a man shall leave and cleave to his wife, not the kids. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no balancing, bruh. You just need to go ahead and get with your wife, and the kids can get in where they fit in. That's how I see it.
I understand the question though, to the people, whoever sent the question in. I do understand the question because I feel like we feel like our children have to be protected, and there's a great responsibility. There's a great responsibility from the mom and from the dad to be able to build up these little darlings,
yes,
right?
Lord.
So when you have them, first you're a husband and wife, and first you're together, and now this little darling is taking all of your attention and all of your energy and all of your thoughts, and so it really is a balancing act. But I agree with James that as you make your spouse your number one priority, then you guys work together to become that team to be able to handle the children even better. But if you separate that, it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to pay attention to him because I'm just going to focus on the kids, and it's not balanced in that way, then it becomes a problem. And really, it's not about balance. Really,
that's what I said when we started. You
probably did, and
that's what I said. It's
about prioritizing.
There
and
it is.
He is my priority, and if he's my priority, then the kids will be easy.
They'll be good. So don't let them little clown snatchers come in and cause no, distance between you and your.
Don't call them babies.
Well, they snatch a whole lot bigger crumbs nowadays. That's why
our boys are big.
That's the only reason I only got 37 cents.
Next question.
How private is private / social media, phone, email?
Don't do it.
So first off, she don't ever remember her passwords to nothing anyways. So
don't tell my business. Don't put my business out there.
The passwords.
Because there is nothing I have to hide from him, first of all. Yeah. Anything, my phone, my email, social media, any of that. There's nothing that I have that I don't want him to see. And surprises and all the rest of that stuff, there's other ways to get around that.
And honestly, this kind of lines up with the whole bank account deal. It's a trust issue. Somewhere, somehow, some way, somebody failed with making the other person comfortable, and now they got to share a Facebook page or Instagram.
We've talked about that, whatever, and that has nothing to do.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just saying,
it's perfectly fine.
This is not a personal, thorn to anybody. I'm just saying.
It is not. You can share Facebook pages, and I think that's kind of cute.
But I think sometimes, to keep it safe, people do it that way. But also like your phones, why you got your passcode all locked? I mean, my phone is locked, but it's not locked from her. She got a password. She got my emails. We actually share an email address. So, I mean, honestly, there ain't no privates. It's only private when you go in there and lock the door, and it's just the two of you. That's the only private that it should be.
Did you see how you jumped shark right there?
But
needless to say,
I'm just saying.
No, and that doesn't mean that you take that for granted and you're all in his DM messages and you're all in Messenger.
Because then you're looking for something.
Yeah, you're checking the phone all the time and that kind of thing. But if you make your spouse feel comfortable about, no, you have the keys and the security codes to everything.
I don't have anything to hide.
Exactly. And I think that it builds a comfort and a trust with your spouse.
Absolutely. Okay, next question. How do you make up after a disagreement?
Quickly.
Very quickly. That's key. So you want to get to one where you're calm. And I think we talked about in a few videos back about the 5 things that we give. Mm-hmm. Daily tasks. If you're doing those daily tasks, making up, as you put it, it's going to be easier because you're doing things that are going to be in repetition, and that's going to bring you closer. So your disagreements are going to be far and few between if you're doing those things daily, first off. Yes. But if you just so happen to have one, it's going to get to a point, if you're doing those tasks, it's going to be uncomfortable even having a disagreement with your spouse. So you're going to want to run back and say, you know what, man, I fall on the sword. My bad. I apologize. I want to get back to where we were. This is foreign to me. I need you in my space.
And if you argue naked, it'll be even shorter.
Yeah. Ain't gonna be no
not too much arguing.
No.
We're gonna get this over with. Let's get to the other things. Try it. I'm just saying.
That ain't a bad idea. Next question. Loyalty. Oh, how loyal would you be for your spouse? How far does it go, basically? Would you cut your beard? Would you dye your hair? Etc. Etc. Well, quite honestly, if I could laser my face, I would, because I hate shaving. But
he doesn't shave
yeah, not because it's just my personal deal. My loyalty is deep. There's really not much that this woman can ask me for that I wouldn't give her, or at least try to give her. With the exception of causing harm to my children,
you might think about it.
I mean, I'm pretty loyal, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And we're not talking about loyalty as far as, oh, will you leave me tomorrow? We're talking about in things like he just mentioned, would you dye your hair? Would you
grow your hair out? No tattoos
all
or
of that.
Your name on my body or nothing like that.
I want you to be furrowed out, like show enough from The Last Dragon. Would you do that? No. I mean, what? Now, I'm loyal. That's what he just said. But he not ready to get froed out for me. Show enough.
If you really wanted me to do it, I grow a fro.
But of course, all things, in all seriousness, you want to be able to do. You ask things of your spouse. I don't know, that you talk about, that that they'll be comfortable with. Because I never want to put him in a position where he's uncomfortable doing anything. Whatever that may be. And I don't think he would put me in that position either. Oh, honey, I want you to, cut your hair a ball fade. I think that's, sexy or whatever. I don't think he'd ask me to do anything
You have
like
a nice head, though.
Thank you, sweetheart. But you like it with hair.
I love it with hair.
See? We're in agreement right there.
All right, last question here. How important is affection, non-sexual, in the marriage? We'll be back.
Really?
Oh, so here's the deal. Again, alluding to the 5 tasks that we give you. Non-sexual affection, what we like to call foreplay, is paramount in your marriage. It has to be verbal, non-verbal. It's important. You have to be able to be comfortable with hugging your wife, kissing your wife,
touching your husband.
Talking to him. You have to be comfortable with that.
And I didn't mean sexual touch. I just meant a little touch.
I think that if you're not there, you need to work on it. There's some kind of wall that's up that needs to be torn down, to break down. But that affection, the non-sexual affection, is important.
Mm-hmm.
The 30-second hug we talk about, the kissing, coming and going, the little text messages that you get, those things set up for the real play before the foreplay.
I couldn't have said it better myself. And I think it goes a long way into intensifying your intimacy. And I don't mean intensifying the actual sex. I mean the intimacy between the two of you, period.
Right. There is a difference between intimacy and sex.
Absolutely. And that's what you really want to work on, because I think if that's strong in a relationship, that really, really builds your marriage.
Absolutely. So
that's how we answered the questions.
Yeah. The way that they were taken and understood.
Right.
It's again, it's not the gospel. It's our experience. We answer in the way that I'm assuming you wanted us to answer.
And if we need to elaborate on something, though, just let us know. It's like, oh, can you talk about this a little bit more? Or what I meant was this, or this. And we'll be more than happy to do that.
Yep. Until the next time, I am James Lee.
And I'm Tasha Lee.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Peace.